Style?
The movie Wild Style came about. Busy Bee, Chief Rocker Busy Bee was the guy who kind of brought the director around to the rest of the guys in the Bronx. Originally, and I get this from Rodney C, Little Rodney C from the Funky Four plus one more.
Okay.
Wild Style was supposed to be a documentary about them.
Really?
That's what he says.
Okay.
When Charlie Ahern was asked about that, the director, he said, "Well, I don't remember that
story."
You know, but I mean, Rodney didn't pull this out of his ass. I mean, you know, at some point it probably was. And then once they were exposed to the rest of hip hop, it was like, oh, this is a whole movement. It ain't just them. Okay, let's document the entire movement, and that's how Wild Style came about.
That's like a cult movie. It really is like.
It is definitely a cult.
That is
classic.
like the B-boy movie. Like if you can't even say that you follow anything in the hip hop culture. We're not going to call it rap. We'll call it hip. Unless you said you've seen Wild Style. It's
the quintessential hip hop movie. It was the first done, and it's the most authentic.
Right.
I mean, it really depicted the era and the time.
Soundtrack and everything.
Yes, soundtrack and everything. Even though like when they were starting to do the movie, we were a little past where we were in the movie.
Okay.
Okay, we dressed different. You know what I mean? Our stuff was a little more sophisticated. But Charlie said, listen, I don't want you to dress that way. Back up.
Right.
Back up. Dress the way you used to dress. Dress normally like you do in the street. Right. You know, we were wearing leather and boots and stuff like that, and they was like, nah, we don't want that. Let's, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so we basically did the film the way hip-hop was in the early days. You know what I mean?
Glorified the artwork.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Style Wars was the first documentary about hip-hop.
Okay.
And that came out before Wild Style. But it basically centered on the graffiti aspect of hip-hop.
Do you draw?
Yes.
Look at you. You're like a hip-hop connoisseur.
Come on, Mama. You see my book? I mean, my writing is like hieroglyphics.
Listen, this is the book you're talking about. But we're going to get in that in a little bit.
Shameless plug.
So, no, that's what you're here for. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Because I sat up when I got the book. I sat up. I didn't have my glasses on. I had to put my glasses on.
Oh, you definitely need some glasses to read that.
I was like, no, I need glasses anyway. I wear glasses anyway. But I was like, wow. We had touched on this book. We're going to go back to what we were talking about.
Okay.
But we had talked about this book a couple of months ago. And, you know, it really is. You got to pick up this book. We'll flash it again later. But it really is copies of pages of your handwriting.
Yes.
So while I have it in my mind, because I'm like, my mind's all over the place. Oh, I love this picture. I love this picture. This is a very nice picture. It's almost as nice as the one I got the photo shoot. But
that was the pre-bald picture. That was the last picture when I had a decent set head of hair right now. Oh, I was spinning. My joints were spinning. You know what I mean? But I definitely am not the George Jefferson, you know what I mean? I definitely don't want to be sitting somewhere and have a thing around my... I'm not LeBron, all right? I submit. But when I got a little patch right here, I'm like, take it up, let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, because they don't be checking for your hair anyway. They're checking for the style.
They might not be checking for your hair, but have a big patch in the front of your head. Trust me.
Just noticeable.
That will...
You can't help it.
That will stand out, okay?
Because we don't want CAZ to be known for... The patch hair run.
What I can do is I can make you forget my deficiencies, okay? I might have them, but you forget them once I get on that mic. All right? He's a little overweight, but hey, that nigga's bad on that mic.
Look at that. Speaking of.
You know what I mean? So.
Speaking of bad.
Wow.
Sharp. The brother's sharp.
Oh, that's sharp. That's my, you know, slim down. Let's get the look together for the photo shoot look right there.
My grown and sexy look. that was that pimp look he was fired for, minus the white man.
But you know something, I just...
He got the lady look.
I'm a fan of true style.
Right.
And I grew up back, you know, I'm a child of the 60s. And I just came after that generation where everybody wore a suit.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you look at pictures of back in the days, you know, like the 40s and 50s, everybody wore suits every day. You didn't get dressed up and wear a suit. A suit was standard, you know what I mean, wear for people. And I think we lost something when we kind of relaxed that. You know what I mean? And whenever I think of getting dressed or dressed up, I think suit tie, long, you know what I mean? Well, the pimp side of me, like the long thing with the brim hat.
Connected to this character.
But just basically, I can't put on a new pair of jeans, a fresh pair of sneakers, and a tank top or just a sweatshirt and think I'm fly.
Right.
I can't do that. I can't, because I know what fly is. I know what, especially the females.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to look good to guys, because guys don't know what looking good really looks like. But when you dress like that, a woman will definitely appreciate it.
A woman like that little number right there.
All right.
This one right here. Is that one over there?
They be clinging on you and stuff.
They're like, oh, Poppy. That's what they do.
I think there's no, there's the best representation of a man is him looking good in a suit, a nice suit dress. I mean, you don't gotta wear suits every day, but come on, when you get dressed, you gotta get dressed. There you go. So that's my thing.
But listen, we like our fair share. Man, you gotta know when to put on some hard bottoms.
Exactly.
I see you in new Jordans every other day.
Don't get it twisted.
You gotta do a flip and put a hoodie on.
Don't get it twisted. I'm a sneaker pimp.
Yeah.
Okay. You go in my house. I got a room full of sneakers.
On Facebook.
You saw the sneakers.
I was like, is this dude buy shoes? This is what I was thinking. I had like 50 pairs of sneakers.
I'm really not the shoe guy. Give me 1-2 good pair of shoes and I'll wear them all the time. But sneakers, I need a different pair of sneakers for every.
That's the hip hop. That's the b-boy in you.
That's me. That's me.
That's the b-boy in you. So now listen. In one of the videos that we're going to show, which one was it? The auto rap? You wrote an actual rap in the 20 minutes or so in this video. There that goes. He wrote it during the video.
He
said, I saw it.
Write a rap right now. Just make it up right now in your head and I did. Oh, yeah, I gotta blow it down. I gotta blow it down. You gotta stimulate the ambadula. See?
Now listen, how about this? You obviously still write your rhymes as you did back in the day. Now, this is 2014. Instead of writing rhymes, do you ever think, you know what? It's good because otherwise we wouldn't have had the book written, which we're going to show, if you didn't actually write. But in 2014, you ever thought, you know what? So I don't lose a thought while I write rhymes. Let me get a voice recorder, and I can go back and write it after.
Me, I'll lose the voice recorder, okay?
Oh, Lord.
I will actually lose the voice recorder and then just lose everything I was thinking. So I'm traditional as far as, rhymes and writing when I'm creating. I got to write it down, okay? If I'm not writing it, I'm typing it.
Right.
Okay? And all of those rhymes from the book are basically from my early days of writing and stuff. And even now, I still write. Mostly, but typing or doing it on the computer is the next way that I do it now. Is how I do it now, because I can save it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But as far as talking into something or putting it on my phone, I can't do that. I'm very traditional.
But we know. Well, those of us who are on Facebook, which you better not put in your phone, because you lose those.
Exactly. You know how many lyrics I have out in the street?
Holy Christmas!
But there's one thing. It's like you more than just a lyricist. You done acting.
Yes.
You like every corner of entertainment, man.
I'd like to think of myself as a Renaissance man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I basically do anything that comes along that's related to hip hop.
Okay.
We started out as the culture started to grow. Anytime you become a personality, so to speak, and you know that, other things come your way. People want to feed off of your persona in other ways. So it's like, hey, guess what? I got this thing, and you probably could do that. And if it's interesting to me or something I think I could excel in, or it'll be a benefit, and the numbers, exactly, the numbers are right, I'll do it. And I'm very into doing things that haven't been done before.
Right.
I'm very into trying to break new ground and explore new territories and do things because, who's still trying to get a record deal right now?
Nobody.
You know what I mean?
Especially legends.
Traditionally, we're not going down the same avenues. We got to create new avenues and open up new avenues in order to remain viable. Right. I'm not a kid. People ain't checking for me like that.
Well, people are. As you said to me before, you're a purist. So the people who are, all right, maybe not in the U.S., but in Japan, those are hip-hop purists. They're still wearing shell toes and breakdancing. It's serious. Over there, you've got to be a hip-hop god over there if you used to go over there. Seriously, because they're nuts with it.
No.
They're nuts with it.
You are exactly right, and I don't want to, blow my own
Well,
horn.